There is a massive week incoming in cryptocurrency. And if you are the head of your household, you need to make this an extreme priority. I am dead serious. There's a moment in time right now where the normal everyday person can get involved in the new infrastructure of the financial system. Now, how do I know this? We did it from 2020 to 2025, and it radically transformed our lives. We've been stoic, we've been calm, we've been disciplined, we stayed out of the get rich quick, and when we profited, we diversified inside and outside of blockchain and cryptocurrency. But I'm going to show you how they tell you to look this way, and they're doing an opposite thing this way. You got the crypto week this week. Crypto's going parabolic right now, and this is just a sample. This is just the appetizer. I've been preparing you guys for August and beyond. Watch my videos. I told you guys about 60 days ago. Get ready for 90 days, which goes into August and September. This stuff is going to fly, but you have to put on a long-term horizon. People will wait 30 years in a job they hate to retire with $275,000 to $300,000, but they won't be patient for the next 5 to 6 years to radically transform their family's life. This is not about get rich quick. This is about rewiring the foundation so your family ends up in a different situation. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how Trump told you guys he was not a crypto guy. And then all of a sudden, it's interesting. All of a sudden, he's all in on cryptocurrency. About 3 years ago, they decided to change everything. Isn't that weird? Trump said 3 years ago he started getting into Bitcoin. But 6 years ago, today, this was posted on July 11th, Donald Trump said he was not a fan of Bitcoin. Now, as president, he created a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve and celebrated all-time highs. So here's the post, July 11th, 2019, and I've showed you a video over and over again on my channel 7 years ago where he said we're going to be on an even playing field monetarily before we know it. He was worried about the dollar, the devaluation, and he wants a weaker dollar. And I'm going to show you the game, and I'm going to continue to show you the game, and I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing and how I played this game. Go play Monopoly every single weekend until it clicks. This was his post. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money and whose value is highly volatile based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, include drug trade and illegal activities. Interesting. Doesn't that sound exactly what Larry Fink said? The head of the largest asset manager in the world that now is the largest holder in Bitcoin. And now the Trump family holds billions in assets around cryptocurrency. And Trump came back as the crypto capital of the world and the Bitcoin president. 2023, they flipped it. Boom. They want a weaker dollar. So I'm going to show you the real game here. And on the back in this video, I'm going to show with you how they're going to change the game and they're going to lower interest rates. Your money is going to be worth less. Okay. You're going to have a lot of money back in your pocket, but you have to be able to understand how to transmute this. Okay. So this is the big change from 6 years ago, him being against crypto, saying the same thing that all of them said and told you to get out of it, run from it. And now they own all of it.
A lot of people associate President Trump with a real estate empire that certainly shifted in recent months, thanks to what he and his family have been doing in the crypto space. You guys crunch the numbers. What is it looking like over the past few months?
That's absolutely right. So if you look back at how President Trump's fortune has changed from election day to now, the figures on their face look about the same, over $6 billion in wealth. But when you look under the hood, crypto is making up a much larger share of that now. And that's because at this time last year, Trump's two big crypto projects weren't even available in token form. That would be World Liberty Financial and the Trump meme coin weren't even available. And now, as we looked into the numbers, the Trump family has generated more than $600 million, we estimate, in crypto-related wealth.
Are you seeing what's happening, guys? Are you seeing what's happening? He mentioned Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, ADA, And now, boom, we're heading into crypto week, everybody. This is the crypto week, the Clarity Act for banks to have full clarity on how to custody your crypto. I've been telling you since 2020, banks are going to start custodying your crypto. You're going to start to see commercials over the next 24 months. Hey, safe. They're going to bring up things like FTX, Celsius. It'll be in their commercials, but come to a regulated bank to store your cryptocurrency. Anti-CBD Surveillance Act and the Genius Act, hence the word genius. Stablecoin regulation tokenizes all treasuries and gives the appearance of a stable dollar, giving the dollar dominance even more power. America is going to be dominant in the cryptocurrency space, and those who held the line and those who understand what's happening are going to be the new oil families. Imagine sitting in Manhattan before they built all the buildings, and you're like, man, let's build up and put thousands of people. Those are some of the richest families in the world. That is the moment in time that we're in right now. Blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, specifically things like XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, many others that Trump mentioned are the new oil families and the new real estate families that were sitting in Manhattan when it was flatland. Okay. So just in, Michael Saylor says BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, IBIT, is a monster. They're the number 2 holder now in Bitcoin, BlackRock. They're the number 3 holder in his company, Strategy B, which is all in on cryptocurrency. Okay. Update: ProShares XRP future ETF slated to go live on July 18th. Is that this week? Good Lord. 4 days from now, 2025, according to registration statement. This week is going to be massive. So I'm going to show Peter Schiff. We know he's completely against Bitcoin and crypto. You know, this dude had some balls, though. I did earn a lot of respect for him in regards to the fact that he had a booth at the Bitcoin conference. That's gangster, man. I thought that was pretty cool. And he goes up on stage. I respect that. I totally respect that. And I respect a man who stands on his truth. He hates Bitcoin and he stands on it. I'd rather be around men who stand on their truth than that waver back and forth and change their narrative like a leaf in the wind. So I do respect the fact that he stands on his truth and hating Bitcoin. But what he states right here, I wanted to get across to you because I'm going to share with you the most important catalysts coming. There's 2 catalysts that you need to pay attention to: interest rates going down, printing of money, and the XRP ETF are going to be massive for our portfolios. Okay. The Fed's fund rate is at 4.25% to 4.5. Trump said it should be 1.2 to 1.5. Rumors are that Powell may resign today. That's today. So his replacement can slash rates to that level. This would put a nail in the dollar's coffin, sending long-term interest rates, consumer pricing, and gold, boom, through the roof. Now let's take Bitcoin and put that in the gold category. Your crypto is going to fly when they lower interest rates. Interesting. Trump was anti-crypto, and now they're going to print more money than history. He said he wants a weaker dollar, but now their bags are packed in crypto. They're real estate moguls. What happens when interest rates go down? Does real estate do better or does it do worse? Okay. What happens when there's a weaker dollar? Who wins in monopoly? The person holding the dollar or the person that holds the real estate? The crypto, the Bitcoin, the gold, the silver. Okay. Richest man in Babylon. Wake up, guys. Okay. Cash flow quadrant. We have to wake up. You want to be on the asset side, not the liability side. So I'm going to leave you with this video and then I'm going to show you one more thing and then we're going to go into exactly what I'm doing.
Now, in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is Kevin Warsh, who served as a member of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors from 2006 to 2011. It's great to see you, Kevin.
Great to be with you, Maria.
Thank you so much for being here. You know, President Trump has been trying to get Jay Powell to cut rates for a long time. We all know what we're talking about: $36+ trillion in debt, $9 trillion in debt that is turning over this year. Shouldn't it be part of the Fed's thinking to say, okay, we're spending more money on interest just to hold that debt than we do on defense spending? I understand the Fed has a mandate, but should you become the chairman of the Fed, is this something that you would be thinking about in terms of lowering rates being a positive for the president dealing with the nation's debt?
So the president's right to be frustrated with the Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve. Inflation comes when the government spends too much. That's the spending you're talking about, and prints too much. And the government's done just that thing over the last 4 or 5 years. The government needs to put its fiscal house in order and its monetary house in order. The president took a good shot at putting the fiscal house in order through this tax bill. We're going to grow a lot more than the Congressional Budget Office says. The U.S. is on the cusp of, I think, a radical improvement in our productive capacity. The tax bill is part of it. Deregulatory policy is part of it. Spending reductions are part of it. And the Fed needs to get on board.
Cool. Okay, so what's going to happen is, guys, no matter what Jerome Powell thinks he's going to do, okay, they are pushing for Jerome Powell's resignation, or he's going to lower interest rates. Do I believe it's going to happen in July? If it does, guys, whoa, man, we are going to, you got to get ready for this. Okay, rates come down, the dollar's weaker, and crypto's flying right now. Okay, we got the crypto week this week. I've been preparing you guys for August. August is like boom, and then you're going to start to see this go up. You have to have a game plan. Okay, and after this short thing I'm going to share right now, I'm going to share with you guys different types of game plans. I'm going to share with you what my game plan is, why. What's important is to develop your own thesis. Don't follow, go make sure you're not following all these different people. I see people like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? You got to figure out what is your game plan. Most people, honestly, should get in and stay in and hold. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. Get in, stack. And I'll talk about a couple different strategies to do that. Okay, Fed secession. Will Trump stick to the script? The aging patriarch is a concern. That's important. Okay, we're going from industrial, the old era, and we're going into a new, innovative, decentralized era. Okay, cryptocurrency, innovation, age of Aquarius. The person he selected to lead the key organization has proven disappointment. He picked Jay Powell. He wants to find an ideal candidate to take his place, and perhaps the only himself. He knows what it takes. Meanwhile, some of those who believe they are in the running attempt to curry favor and hope they might be appointed successor. I hope it's Judy Shelton. I love Judy Shelton. The rumors are this gentleman that was just on the video back there, Scott Bessent and Judy Shelton, I hear, are two people that Scott Bessent or Judy Shelton would be juggernauts, man. It would change the whole game. Okay. What we do need to know is that cryptocurrency is here to stay. Okay. What I'm showing you right here, first of all, I'm the co-founder and creator. This is our demo account here. This is Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. The first thing you have to do is get organized. Many people have exchanges on all crypto on all different exchanges. What this does is doesn't hold your crypto. It's not an investment. We have an interface that brings everything together. This is Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. You have to learn how to organize your crypto. It shows all your exchanges in one place, organizes it, shows you all your daily gains and losses. Okay, you got your exchanges here. Okay, it shows you the markets. Right now, it's probably going to show the markets super green. Boom, markets. Bitcoin's at 121. XRP's at $3. You guys, wake up. Okay, then we show you how to create exit plans. Okay, you go here. Boom, you can set up your exit targets. Shows you your exit plan. We send you an alert on when to exit. Okay, and you're like, well, how do I set up an exit plan? Boom, we got you. We got how-to videos. And you're like, okay, I need personalized service. You're going to see a little question thing pop up right here. Boom. Go there. Send a message to my team. They will get on a call with you and walk you through this, guys. So Merlin is the smartest way to track your crypto. You get 30 days for free by clicking the description of this video down below or my social media platform. I'm the co-founder and creator of it. We built it because we're very serious about our exit plans, organization of our crypto, and understanding where our assets are at all times. So if you want to work with my elite team, jump in there. Okay. Also, if you want to join my 3T Warrior Academy, we've helped 11,000, coming up on 800 people by the end of this week. It keeps going up dramatically. Description of this video or my social media platform. And if you want to set up an insurance call with my team to understand how to set up cash value life insurance properly as you exit and build that generational wealth, my team, it's my own company. We can teach you how to set up proper cash value life insurance policy, how to structure them properly, and how to fund them properly. That's a free consultation. Okay. All right. Here's exactly what I do. So let's talk about two different types of investors. Let's talk about three. Okay. There's the investor that probably most of you should do. If you're new to this and you have a job and you're trying to figure all this out, if you're going to get into this, just buy and hold. You're heading into a whole different world, guys. I'm the bank now. I'm the bank. I have a Bitcoin bank and I have an insurance bank. Okay. I, in the future, will never have to go to a bank again. Blockchain technology and decentralization and DeFi is going to change the game for you. Cryptocurrency's value is going to skyrocket over the next 6 years. So there's nothing wrong with getting in and just holding your cryptocurrency. Okay. Stacking your XRP, stacking your Bitcoin, stacking your HBAR, your Solana, whatever you choose to get into, and just hold it. It takes all the stress out of it. But what you're going to see is it's going to go up, and then you're going to see it come collapsing down. Okay. We are stoic, and we got rich in the bear market. When it came collapsing down, we just bought more. We believed in what we hold. We don't jump into meme coins. We don't chase pump and dumps. Okay. We're calm, stoic, long-term wealth builders. Okay. So that's the first person. Just set it, forget it, set up your Merlin. You can use this as an organization. You can watch your portfolio. Okay. Then there's someone like me. I am a hybrid. Okay. I'm not exiting any of my Bitcoin. So let's put Bitcoin off to the side. So Bitcoin is my store value like gold. I'm using it like gold. I'm stacking as much as I can. I buy it every single day. I buy XRP and Bitcoin every day, and I buy Solana every month. By the end of all the dust settles, my top 3 holdings are XRP, Bitcoin, and Solana, and those will be my biggest holdings and for my future family and legacy. Okay. All other coins, which are called altcoins, I am exiting 50% if it hits the targets. If it hits the targets on the way up using Merlin. Okay. I ladder out on the way up, because what you're going to try to do is, because it's going parabolic, you think you're going to catch the top. Your favorite influencer is going to tell you it's going to go to XYZ. And there's, not a lot of logic to a lot of it. And you're going to try to catch the top, and you're going to come sliding down the back end. I ladder out. Boom, exit target. Boom, exit target. Boom, exit target. But the only reason I'm exiting, this is important, is because I have every single dime allocated. I'm a cash flow person, I'm a protection person, and I'm a leverage person. So when I exit, okay, I'm in long-term capital gains. So that's a big piece of it too. If you're in short-term, probably might not be worth it to exit, right? You have to understand the short-term capital gains under 12 months, long-term capital gains after 12 months. Okay, and it goes based on, you have to consult your tax professionals. It usually goes based on your current tax rate, right? I think don't quote me on this, over 12 months, I think it's max 20%. Okay. So I'm exiting because I have 2 policies that need to be max funded. Okay. So that's the first bucket. Boom, max fund. Why would I do that? Because I have protection on my principal. I have a leverage component. Remember the Bitcoin we're holding? Leverage component. I have 2 banks now. Okay. The excess capital is going to go into more dividend ETFs to pay me cash flow. Okay. I've worked dramatically to increase my cash flow. With the dividend ETFs, with the cash flow, I de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP. So during the bear market, I'm going to be stacking, just like I did. Okay. Increasing the family bank. So I see XRP too as a bank as well, because you're going to be able to do so much with your XRP, so much with your Bitcoin in the future with DeFi. Okay. So we got the max fund, the insurance policy. We got the cash flow strategy, and I have multiple companies now. So I don't think I personally probably won't buy businesses. I would rather do dividends and have passive income where I'm at right now within my current life. And then we have the leverage component. Okay. So now I have a Bitcoin bank and I have an insurance bank. Okay. The example that I give is I just recently, I think we're going on 4 months now. So I started my own. So we're connected to an IMO. I had a team of insurance agents connected to another company. I became the top of the house. So I own my own brokerage now, Freedom Insurance. So I took my Bitcoin, I put it on Salt, a lending platform, DeFi. I borrowed against my Bitcoin, never sold any of it, no tax implications. They gave me cash at 14%. So they're giving me their money, OPM, at 14%. They're just holding my Bitcoin to give me the cash. Cash went into my bank, bought the firm. Okay. 0 tax implications. The only reason I did that, though, leveraging responsibly and very low leverage, is because my firm was already generating cash and I can quickly pay off the leverage. Does that make sense? So I borrowed at 14%. At that point, Bitcoin is growing on average 50% every year. Well, now the market's going crazy. So I'm actually going to make a ton of money off borrowing because I beat the hurdle rate. So I'm paying that off. Okay. That's my leverage strategy. So once that's paid off in April next year, okay, now I have all my Bitcoin whole again, and I have a leverage component, and I'll leverage again, and I'll buy more cash generating dividends. I'll get the dividends paid off. And so along the way, over the next 6 to 10 years, I'm going to buy all kinds of cash flow. Take the cash flow and I de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP, making the bank bigger. Does that make sense? Okay, so there's a long-term holder. You just set it and forget it. Go on with your life. And then when you need cash, you can just leverage tax-free. But the thing that I tell people is be very careful when you leverage, because people leverage to buy cars, and you don't do that type of stuff. You don't leverage to buy liabilities. If you were to leverage, for example, I'm gonna get a weight boat next year. I waited 5 years patiently. I wasn't gonna go take my family's money, $1,200 a month, and destroy my family's future and borrow against my family's future. what I'll do is I will borrow against an asset. I will get an insurance policy. I will take the insurance policy, get a loan once it's ready to take the cash value. I'll take the loan from the insurance company, put it into a dividend, let the dividend pay back the loan, the two loans, and then cash value pays for the liability. You could buy a real estate property, all kinds of things you can do. You should leverage OPM to create cash flow to pay for the liability. Okay. So I hope that the detail that I go into helps. I have a whole free section that I'll attach down here that you can go through, and I go a little bit more detail on this. I think that's what I got for you guys, but you should be very, very focused right now. Get disciplined, get focused, get into a, to me, like, it's so important that you build a spiritual connection right now. I mean, and I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about Jesus Christ. I'm talking about relationship. I'm talking about God, whatever you believe in. My CFO is Buddhist. We walk side by side together, living Buddha, living Jesus. There's a great book. We're all heading towards the same source. Okay. But a spiritual connection is very, very important. I believe Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And I stand on that, right? I don't care if it messes up my YouTube algorithm and people don't follow me, because that's what I believe in, right? And I believe Jesus Christ was here to teach us the way, the truth, and the life. It's embodiment. And it is coming to life right now. Bible sales are through the roof right now, guys. People are tapping into this lack of authenticity in our government. They're lying to us, guys. They lied to you about Bitcoin. They lied to you about cryptocurrency. So at what point are you going to stop being shocked about that? At what point are you going to stop chasing these drops and cues and this and that? Oh, we have all the files. Oh, no, we don't have the files. Guys, are you starting to realize that it's a carrot that they dangle to keep you distracted? Every single time they get you drunk in the Coliseum and the Trojan horse comes in, they got you drunk in the Coliseum waiting for Jeffrey Epstein's files, and they're getting stacked in the new financial system. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. As we always say, warriors, let's get your shit together. God bless you. Love you.